As the years pass, we begin to realize that peace is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Imagine a life where your peace is undisturbed, where the chaos of the world fades, and the only things that truly matter are your health, your happiness, and the relationships that nourish your soul. But here's the catch. While some relationships uplift and bring joy, others can quietly drain the energy right out of you, leaving you feeling tired, anxious, and emotionally spent. And what's even more challenging, the very people we are closest to, the ones we love the most, can sometimes be the ones who cause the greatest turmoil in our hearts. In Buddhism, we learn that suffering often comes from attachment, and sometimes the family members we are most attached to, those we care for deeply, can, if not handled with wisdom, become a source of emotional struggle. So, how do we navigate these relationships, especially as we grow older, without losing our sense of peace? How do we protect our energy while still honoring the love and connection we have with our family? Today, let's dive into 6 types of relatives you may need to distance yourself from after 60, according to Buddhist teachings. We'll explore how setting healthy boundaries can help you reclaim your power and safeguard your inner peace, so you can fully embrace this beautiful phase of life with clarity and joy. Are you ready to break free from the emotional drain and live your life in peace? Let's get started. 1. The drama queen relative. The drama queen relative. Everyone has one. You know the type, the one who can take the smallest thing, a forgotten phone call, a miscommunication about dinner plans, and transform it into a full-blown crisis. Suddenly, everyone is involved. Emotions are running high, and the air is thick with tension. The stories are exaggerated, the drama escalates, and before you know it, your calm day has turned into an emotional roller coaster. At first, you might shrug it off. It's just the way they are, you tell yourself. They're dramatic, but it's not a big deal. But soon enough, you begin to realize the toll it takes on your peace of mind. Take the story of Aunt Clara, for instance. She's the queen of turning nothing into everything. A simple disagreement over the TV remote between her and her husband became the talk of the family for weeks. Clara didn't just get upset. She made sure everyone knew about it. She texted, she called, she even posted about it on social media. Everyone had to know that her life, in her mind, was falling apart. The result? A ripple effect of tension throughout the family. People started picking sides. Resentment built, and what could have been a minor issue quickly became a source of division. But as Clara's emotional storm raged on, those around her began to feel the weight of it. Conversations were no longer light and joyful. They were heavy, filled with underlying tension. Now, imagine this situation through the lens of Buddhist teachings. In Buddhism, we learn to see the impermanence of all things, our emotions, our reactions, even the drama itself. Everything is fleeting. What Clara was holding on to, desperately inflating and dragging everyone into, was nothing more than a momentary disruption in the flow of life. And yet, she clung to it, creating suffering not just for herself, but for those around her. The Buddha reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. We cannot control the whirlwind of chaos that others might bring into our lives, but we can control how we choose to react. And this is where the true lesson lies. You do not have to be swept up in someone else's storm. You have the power to step back. The next time Aunt Clara calls, not to share good news, but to pull you into her latest crisis, remember, you can choose not to engage. You don't have to be dragged into the drama. The Buddha's wisdom teaches us the importance of setting boundaries to protect our inner peace. Just like protecting your home from a storm, you protect your energy from the endless drama that others try to stir up. Boundaries aren't about cutting people off. They are about understanding what is worth your emotional investment. Not every battle is yours to fight. Life after 60 should be about embracing serenity, nurturing relationships that nourish your spirit, and cultivating joy. So when the next drama queen relative steps into your life, consider stepping away, acknowledge their pain, but don't allow it to become your own. Choose peace. Choose to preserve your energy. Remember, you are not obligated to feed into the chaos. You have the right to protect your peace. 2. The money leech relative. As we grow older, the need for financial security becomes paramount. After years of hard work, saving and planning, the hope is to finally enjoy the fruits of our labor, peace, stability, and freedom. Yet, there is often that one relative who views your financial stability not as something to admire, but as an opportunity to solve their own constant problems. They knock on your door with the latest emergency, asking for a loan or for help with bills that somehow always seem to pop up at the most inconvenient times. At first you might think, well, everyone goes through tough times, right? I can help out. But as time goes by, their needs never seem to end, and you begin to wonder if you'll ever see that money again. And more importantly, you start to feel like you're being stretched thin, constantly giving, but never receiving anything in return. Take, for example, Uncle Jim. He's always been the charming one, the life of the family gatherings. But over the years, it became clear that every time he called, it wasn't just to check in. No, it was always about money. Hey, I've got a little emergency, he'd say. Just need a little help this month. I'll pay you back next month. The first time, it felt good to help. After all, you want to support your family. But then, the calls became regular. I need a little more to get by this time, or the car broke down again. Can you help me out? You begin to see a pattern, but by then, it's hard to say no. Jim's charm had a way of making you feel like you were the only one who could help him. The guilt started to creep in every time you thought about refusing him. But here's the catch. The more you give, the less you have left for yourself. That's when the Buddha's teachings really resonate. The Buddha said, "Generosity brings happiness at every stage of life." But he also taught the importance of wisdom in giving. True generosity doesn't mean emptying your own cup to fill someone else's. Generosity should be balanced, giving without draining yourself. The act of giving must not be at the expense of your well-being. Think about it. You've worked hard for your financial security, your peace, and your future. If you continue to give without boundaries, what happens when you need help? Who will be there for you? The truth is, offering loans to someone who never seems to make the changes they need to can lead to a cycle of dependency and resentment. It becomes exhausting. You start feeling like a safety net rather than a supporter. Just like the Buddha's teachings on attachment and self-care, it's essential to protect your peace, not just your financial resources. Yes, help when you can, but offer advice, guidance, or other forms of support that don't involve money. Offer solutions that empower them to take responsibility for their own financial well-being. Sometimes, the most generous thing you can do is say no. It's not easy, but it's necessary. A story I've heard from many who have found themselves in Jim's position is this: once you say no, once you set that boundary, the relationship can shift from one of obligation to one of mutual respect. Jim, for example, found other ways to get by when the family stopped giving. But more importantly, he began to appreciate the value of self-reliance. Protecting your peace and your future doesn't mean shutting people out. It means taking a stand for your own well-being. Generosity is a beautiful thing, but it shouldn't come at the cost of your happiness or security. So next time the money leech relative comes knocking, remember, It's okay to offer support in other ways, but it's equally important to guard your own peace and future. Say no when you need to, and give wisely. 3. The always right relative. We've all met them. The relative who always insists they know best. It doesn't matter what decision you make, no matter how small or large, they always seem to know a better way. The moment you share an idea, they're there, stepping in with their unsolicited advice, as though your years of experience and wisdom count for nothing. At first you might laugh it off, thinking, well, they just like to help. But over time, it starts to wear on you. Every choice you make is questioned. Every path you decide to take seems wrong in their eyes, and before long you start wondering, am I doing this right? Am I making the right choices? This constant invalidation can be insidious. It's like a slow drip, slowly eroding your confidence and sense of self-worth. Suddenly, you begin to second-guess yourself at every turn. The life you've built, the decisions that have led you here, no longer seem so clear. And just like that, you start to lose touch with your own voice, the one that once guided you so confidently. It's as if every conversation becomes a battle for your autonomy, and their wisdom casts a shadow over your own truth. But here's the thing, Buddhism teaches us that true wisdom comes from within. The Buddha said, "We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world." This simple yet powerful teaching reminds us that our thoughts shape our reality. If we let someone else's opinions override our own, we allow them to define our world. But, in truth, we are the masters of our own minds. No one has the right to dictate your worth or your path in life, not even family. Take the example of my friend Marie, who has a relative, her cousin Ted, who's always offering unsolicited advice. Whether it's about her career, her marriage, or even how she raises her kids, Ted's opinion is always the loudest in the room. Marie would nod and smile, letting Ted take the reins in every conversation. But over time, she began to feel disempowered. One day, after another encounter where Ted corrected her parenting choices, Marie broke down. She realized how much of herself she had lost, trying to appease his endless need to be right. But something shifted in her that day. She remembered a quote from the Buddha, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." Marie realized that by constantly seeking approval from Ted, she had been denying herself the self-respect she deserved. She started to set boundaries with him, gently but firmly. When he offered unsolicited advice, she would say, "I appreciate your perspective, but I feel confident in my choices." At first, Ted was taken aback, even a little offended, but over time, he stopped trying to control every conversation, and Marie regained her sense of self. The lesson here is clear. You are the master of your mind. You are the one who decides your path, not anyone else. Your lived experiences are valid, and the wisdom you've accumulated over the years is yours to honor. Setting boundaries doesn't mean cutting people out. It means learning to protect your peace and your sense of self. Let them speak, but do not let their words define you. The truth is, your wisdom is just as valuable, if not more so, than anyone else's. Stand firm in that truth and honor the wisdom that has shaped your life. Next time the always right relative tries to overshadow your choices, remember your voice matters, your experience matters, and above all, your peace matters. Embrace your inner wisdom, trust your decisions, and allow the space to grow into the person you know you are. 4. The guilt trip relative. The guilt trip relative. They know exactly how to push your buttons, how to make you feel like you owe them something, something more than just love, but an emotional debt. Their weapon of choice? Guilt. They'll make you feel as if their happiness rests entirely on your shoulders, as though every small thing you do for them is a favor they'll forever hold over your head. After all I've done for you, they say, how could you possibly say no? And with that, the weight of their words hangs in the air, suffocating your joy, turning what should be a simple decision into an emotional minefield. It starts small, doesn't it? A simple request, maybe for help or support, and you, being the caring person you are, agree, thinking nothing of it. But over time, their requests become more frequent, their expectations higher, and their words sharper. The guilt they sow begins to take root in your heart, like an unwanted vine that grows, spreading further and further, choking the life out of your peace. Consider the story of Rachel. She had always been close to her sister Linda, but over the years, Linda's constant demands began to take a toll on Rachel's happiness. It wasn't just about physical help, like running errands or watching her kids. It was the emotional labor. Linda would always remind Rachel of the sacrifices she had made for her, even when Rachel hadn't asked. You know, if I didn't take care of this for you, who would? Linda would say, and Rachel, feeling the heavy pull of guilt, would go along with it. She felt that if she didn't comply, she'd be failing Linda, that somehow she'd be ungrateful or selfish. But it wasn't long before Rachel began to realize the emotional toll this constant obligation was taking on her. She couldn't remember the last time she had done something for herself without feeling guilty about it. Every time she said yes to Linda, she said no to her own needs. Slowly, Rachel's once vibrant spirit began to dull, weighed down by the sense that she was always falling short, never able to meet the endless demands of others. This is where Buddhist wisdom becomes crucial. The Buddha teaches us that true love is not transactional. Love, real love, is not about keeping score, about owing someone something for every act of kindness. It is not about attachment or craving. As the Buddha said, attachment leads to suffering. And when we become attached to the idea of constantly pleasing others or carrying their emotional burdens, we begin to suffer. Love should not come with strings attached. It should be unconditional, free of guilt and expectation. Rachel finally took a step back one day, after yet another guilt-laden request from Linda. She remembered a simple teaching from Buddhism: you are not responsible for managing someone else's emotions. And with that, Rachel realized she had been letting Linda's emotional needs control her own happiness for far too long. She decided to set boundaries, and though it was difficult, she knew it was necessary. When Linda called, expecting another favor, Rachel took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, I can't do that right now." And you know what? Linda didn't like it. She didn't like it at all. But Rachel stood firm. Saying no didn't make her a bad person. It made her someone who was finally protecting her own well-being. Saying no isn't selfish. It's an act of self-respect. You deserve happiness, peace, and a life free of guilt. Saying no doesn't mean you don't love someone. It means you love yourself enough to protect your own peace. It means you are not a slave to anyone's emotional manipulation. Your happiness isn't a debt to be repaid. It is your right. When you set healthy boundaries with a guilt tripper, you protect yourself from emotional exhaustion and resentment. And in doing so, you preserve the space for genuine love and connection. Just like Rachel, you have the power to reclaim your joy and your peace. Your happiness belongs to you and no one else. Never let anyone make you feel like you owe them your soul just because they've been a part of your life. Love yourself enough to say no when you need to, and watch how much lighter and freer your life becomes. 5. The toxic caretaker relative. This one can be the hardest to recognize because their intentions often appear pure. They want to help, and at first, their assistance seems like a godsend. They offer to help with daily tasks, make appointments for you, and even try to guide you through your decision-making process. It seems like they care deeply, like they want the best for you. You might even feel relief at first, grateful for the support and kindness. But before long, something begins to shift, almost imperceptibly at first. What was once help begins to feel more like control. Take my friend Susan as an example. Susan's mother, Carol, started by helping with small things, making sure Susan had food, taking her to doctor's appointments, helping with household chores. Susan was dealing with a lot: health issues, a busy job, and the challenges of aging, so at first she was grateful for the help. But as time passed, Carol began to take over more and more aspects of Susan's life. It wasn't just about making sure Susan was okay, it was about making the decisions for her. "You shouldn't eat that," Carol would say, pointing at Susan's lunch. "I'll call the doctor for you, don't worry about it." Carol began to make decisions about which friends Susan should see, which activities she should engage in, and even what clothes she should wear. Susan, initially too tired and overwhelmed to fight it, didn't mind too much at first, but soon she began to feel as if her life was no longer her own. Carol's help began to feel suffocating. Susan started to feel like she couldn't even choose a simple meal without Carol's intervention. She found herself questioning her own decisions, no longer sure if she was capable of making the right choices for herself. The autonomy she had fought for and built over the years was slipping away piece by piece, and she was left feeling like a passenger in her own life. The Buddha's teachings on freedom come to mind here. He said, "You are the master of your own destiny." This simple yet profound statement highlights something so essential to our well-being: the ability to make our own decisions, to control our own lives. The moment we lose that control, even in the guise of help, we start to lose a part of ourselves. It's a slow erosion, almost imperceptible at first, but it gradually diminishes our sense of self. The real trouble with a toxic caretaker is that their actions, no matter how well intended, strip away your ability to live authentically. When someone starts making decisions for you without your consent, whether it's for your health, your relationships, or your daily habits, it's time to step back and reevaluate. You are not a passive recipient of care, you are an active participant in your own life. For Susan, the turning point came when she realized she hadn't made a decision for herself in months. Her mother had taken over everything, so one day, Susan mustered the courage to speak up. "Mom," she said, her voice shaking but firm, "I appreciate everything you've done for me, but I need to make my own choices. I'm capable of deciding what to eat and when to see the doctor." It was a hard conversation. Carol was hurt, defensive even, but Susan stood her ground, reminding herself that her autonomy was worth fighting for. Setting boundaries with a toxic caretaker isn't easy, especially when their intentions seem so caring. But as the Buddha taught, help is meant to assist, not to control. It's vital to maintain your autonomy, your right to choose, and to trust your own wisdom. Setting boundaries doesn't mean rejecting the help itself. It means reclaiming the power to make your own choices, with love and respect for both yourself and the person offering help. The path to reclaiming your independence is not always smooth, but it is yours to walk. Remember, you are the master of your own destiny, and no one else can take that away from you, not even out of love. 6. The perfect image relative. You know the one, the cousin who has it all figured out, the flawless career, the picture-perfect family, the pristine home. Every time they walk into a room, it feels like they've just stepped off the cover of a magazine. They share stories of their latest achievements, vacations that look like they belong in a travel documentary, children who excel in everything, a life that seems untouchable. Conversations with them never seem to be about shared experiences or genuine connection. Instead, they often turn into showcases of success. And as they speak, you start to feel it, that tightening in your chest, that voice in your head whispering, "Am I doing enough? Am I enough?" Take the story of Emily, who found herself caught in this cycle every time she visited her aunt, Clara. Clara had always been the golden child of the family. While Emily struggled with the ups and downs of life, Clara's life seemed like an endless stream of accomplishments and perfection. At every family gathering, Clara would casually drop details about her latest promotion, her children's latest awards, and the wonderful vacation she'd just returned from. Emily, on the other hand, had recently switched jobs. Her children were facing their own challenges, and her home, well, it wasn't anything like Clara's pristine palace. At first, Emily smiled and nodded, making polite comments. But as time went on, something inside her started to shift. She felt her self-esteem taking a hit, her sense of self-worth diminishing each time Clara bragged about her seemingly flawless life. Why wasn't she as successful? Why did her life feel more complicated? Clara's picture-perfect world began to feel like an impossible standard that Emily could never meet. Every conversation turned into a comparison, and every comparison brought with it feelings of inadequacy. But this is where the wisdom of Buddhism offers a deep and freeing insight. The Buddha once said, "Do not compare yourself with others. You are unique, and your path is your own." In the constant comparison to others, we forget the most important truth. We are each on our own unique path. The life Clara presented to Emily was a curated highlight reel, a filtered version designed to impress. What Clara showed the world was not the full story, but a polished version of it. Like anyone, Clara had struggles, imperfections, and moments of doubt, but they never made it to the dinner table. What Emily realized, after much reflection, was that she had been chasing someone else's version of happiness, someone else's idea of success. The perfect life Clara seemed to have wasn't the reality of what brought true contentment. It was simply an image. Emily began to see through the illusion. Perfection, she realized, was just a mirage, something fleeting and unattainable. Emily's breakthrough came one evening as she sat alone in her garden, watching the sun set. She thought back to her life, the moments of joy, the personal growth, the strength she'd gained from overcoming challenges. She realized she had built a life filled with love, learning, and resilience. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. And in that moment, she understood the Buddha's wisdom. True happiness doesn't come from external validation or the illusion of perfection. It comes from accepting yourself as you are and appreciating the life you've lived. From then on, Emily began to stop measuring herself against Clara's standards. She stopped comparing her journey to Clara's highlight reel and started focusing on her own path. She began to celebrate her own victories, no matter how small they seemed in comparison. She took pride in her personal growth and the connections she had nurtured with her family. Instead of feeling inadequate, she embraced her uniqueness. She no longer let Clara's perfect image dictate her sense of self-worth. True happiness, Emily realized, is found within. It's in accepting your flaws, your triumphs, your imperfections, and your journey. And the moment she embraced that truth, she stopped feeling the weight of comparison. Clara's life was hers to live, but Emily's was hers too, and that was enough. So next time you find yourself caught in the web of comparison, remember that the perfect image is often just that, an image. Your life, in all its messy, beautiful, unique form, is more than enough. It is worthy of celebration. Conclusion. As we reach the milestone of 60, life begins to take on a new meaning. It's no longer about chasing external achievements or constantly fulfilling the expectations of others. Life after 60 is a time to pause and reflect, to embrace the wisdom you've accumulated and cherish the relationships that truly nourish your soul. This is a season to protect your inner peace, to cultivate a space where joy, fulfillment, and wisdom can blossom without the interference of those who drain your energy. By recognizing the relatives who deplete your spirit, you empower yourself to set healthy boundaries, not out of anger, but out of love and compassion. When you choose to protect your peace, you are not shutting people out. You are choosing to honor yourself, your needs, and your right to live freely. Buddhism teaches us that the greatest journey is the one within, and the more we nurture peace within, the more we will experience harmony in the world around us. Remember, you hold the power to choose the relationships that truly uplift you, to protect your peace from unnecessary turmoil, and to claim your own happiness. Trust in the wisdom you've gathered over the years. Life after 60 is not meant to be a time of self-sacrifice or constantly pleasing others. It's a time for joy, for nurturing your well-being, and for embracing the beauty of being yourself. So choose peace, choose joy, and most importantly, choose yourself. You've earned it. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on the steps you can take to create the peaceful, fulfilling life you deserve. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more insights on living a mindful, joyful life. Join us on this journey, because your happiness is worth protecting, and it all begins with you.